Hello, I'm Juan Lopez. Last semester, when you, Dr. Don, told the class the goal of the physical education is to develop physically literate individuals who have the knowledge, skills, and confidence to enjoy a lifetime of healthful physical activity. That sat in my head all semester and even now. I thought about making my lessons fun, but I realized I also need to keep in mind that I need to make them challenging so that they're not so easy. I've noticed that when something's too easy, it can be boring and um, lead to behavior problems. The fifth national standard resonates with me the most because it identifies whether the student will continue the path of physical activity through their lives. I was lucky to be involved in youth sports um, through my childhood. I was overweight. Um, I was introduced to youth sports, as I mentioned. I had positive memories of PE. Um, Not many people I know can say the same. Physical activity helped me become social and enjoy, and became an enjoyment for me to challenge myself to strive for a better me. Making my lessons developmentally appropriate. I started off, I would say, with like an easy task, and then started to kind of grow from there. For my catching and throwing a frisbee, the first task, it's from GLO 5.1.5, throwing a flying disc accurately at a target and to a partner using the backhand movement pattern. Um, I think it's a stage to a motor learning. It's I review is throwing a frisbee. Practice throwing a frisbee forward for distance, and then kind of progress to throwing the frisbee to a target using the backhand movement on the wall. And then from there, you go progress to throwing the frisbee to hit smaller targets on the wall. For the task two, moved on to practicing um, slicey tossing the frisbee, and then having somebody catch it. Um, so it just to me it sounds easy, but I gotta understand that coming up with demonstrations and refinement, like using hamburger hands to catch the frisbee, right? So hamburger hands is a specific the way to refine it, and then also even to make it a little bit to extend that task, catch a hamburger hand with one hand. Finally, task three, it would progress. Practice throwing a frisbee to a partner, catching the frisbee from a partner using a backhand movement. Progress to throwing a frisbee to a slowly moving partner using backhand movement and catching a frisbee while moving slowly from a partner using good form. That would be extension. And then practice throwing to a frisbee to a fast moving partner using a backhand movement and catch a frisbee from a partner while moving fast. Is also a form of extension. I felt that most of my block lesson plans were developmentally appropriate. It pays close attention to the curriculum, and as it starts from a it starts from like least challenging to more challenging as they get through um, each task. I focused on um, self actualization, and the learning process, when I was going through the sequences of my lessons, just because in order to be able to have students be able to step out of um, their comfort circle, they need to feel confident with, and also it's a I find it a lot easier to be able to teach a student who has the right tools to be able to learn. For my basketball lesson, it's GLO 5.1.16. Pass the ball back and forth with a partner using a chest pass and a bounce pass. Um, One of the things on the first task is practice using two hands to bounce the ball to the ground once before hitting the wall to catch it. Um, when you move from doing that to the final product of bouncing the ball to a partner, you want to make sure that you're able to bounce the ball in the middle. So it definitely helps out um, with the prior knowledge to be able to get to that final product and the process of building up to it. I also noticed that a lot of my block lesson plans focus more on the refinement and extensions of the task. I focus more on the refinement only because it's goes a lot longer way than simply just teaching them the basic. And I think the basic can become um, a way of learning and then develop into a refined um, understanding of the task. That way, if in the sense of the basketball, if they decide to play basketball in the future, they can understand the level of ability to make the correct bounce pass when the player's cutting into the basket. Thank you. That's my introduction.